There is no obligation to release the video showing the Cabo 6 being assaulted for their mistreatment of Shanquella Robinson. The emergence of this shocking video has shed light on the incident. The individuals suspected of murdering Shanquella Robinson were apprehended in broad daylight at the Electric Tequila in Greensboro, North Carolina, on the previous Wednesday. Elise Hyatt, Winter Donovan, and Dijon Jackson were bound to face repercussions, as it was widely acknowledged. The North Carolina authorities invested significant time and effort into producing this video. We watched it repeatedly until we could clearly identify at least two of the infamous Cabo 6 being severely beaten. But wait, there's more. Several eyewitnesses have come forward to identify Hyatt, Donovan, and Jackson as the unfortunate individuals caught up in this sequence of events. What was once a display of amazing grace has now become a floating possibility. It was truly a sight to behold. We can see Dejana Jackson still wearing a blue blouse and tattered blue jean shorts or some other fashion disaster. Joya Elisa, a mutual acquaintance of Dejana, Winter, and Elise, was initially mistaken as Winter Donovan by many sources. This picture was taken of her on Wednesday after her graduation ceremony. Eyewitnesses claim that Winter was present, although no one has been able to definitively identify her in the video. Here's what we currently know. It's reasonable to assume that both Elise Hyatt and Dejana Jackson were present, and it appears that neither of them had a pleasant evening. According to a witness, the incident started when Dejana Jackson, later identified as a woman involved, asked her friend if she was recording them. The witness claims to have firmly told Hyatt that she wasn't recording. However, the same witness's friend inquired about Hyatt's identity after he departed. Interestingly, there was some gossip circulating, and the females involved were named as the ones who mistreated Shanquella. As the night progressed, the tension escalated, and when the bar closed, the situation went from bad to worse. The Cabo 6 were considered troublemakers who needed to learn a lesson, and this brave woman was among many who stepped forward to take action. Despite justice being served, Shanquella and her family have faced difficulties in finding closure. The prosecutors have announced that they will not be pressing charges in Robinson's death. This decision by the United States Department of Justice comes after a meticulous examination of the evidence, including Robinson's autopsy report, though the investigation is still ongoing. The department has met with Robinson's family to discuss the findings of their investigation and has expressed readiness to review any new information that may arise. Swan Robinson, speaking on behalf of the family when the news broke, expressed disappointment but also conveyed their determination to persevere. According to her account, they now find themselves with more unanswered questions. As reported by People, Robinson disputed the presence of a spinal cord injury in the U.S. autopsy report and claimed that the Mexican autopsy was more thorough. She drew parallels between this situation and the trial of George Floyd, stating that it felt reminiscent of being told they weren't seeing what they were actually witnessing. It's not difficult to understand why she feels that way. How can authorities claim to be unable to determine the cause of death and fail to extradite the perpetrators after months of leaving the victim's family in limbo? It appears to be a case of sheer incompetence. This tragic story began in October when a group of 7 individuals, including 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson from Charlotte, North Carolina, and 6 of her friends from North Carolina, visited the beautiful town of San Jose del Cabo on the Baja California Peninsula in Mexico. A day later, Robinson's lifeless body was discovered in the apartment they had rented. Initially, her friends had informed her mother that she had passed away due to alcohol intoxication. However, the official death certificate cited a spinal cord and neck injury as the cause of death. As a video emerged showing one of her friends mistreating her, a growing number of people began demanding an investigation. Despite assertions from Robinson's family and their attorney that the investigation had been concluded and extradition procedures had been followed, no arrests were made by U.S. authorities. The family is frustrated and angered by the lack of progress in identifying their daughter's murderer through this investigation. In a press statement, the U.S. Department of Justice announced that no federal charges will be filed due to insufficient evidence to support prosecution. So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.